really afraid he's gotten another. I arrested him the other night.
Oh, the other night?
Yeah. On his birthday. I gave him a good birthday gift.
Yesterday.
4 hours into his birthday.
Law enforcement depends on surveillance to prevent crime, catch criminals, and save lives. I'm Officer Scott Savage, and this is CopCam, a wireless security camera smaller than 1 square inch, so you can hide it anywhere to record anything, anytime motion is detected. CopCam shoots in incredible high definition and includes a powerful microphone to record perfect audio. They just fell asleep. Okay, I'm on my way. And with a high-tech motion sensor, it only records when it needs to. Plus, CopCam loop records, so you can leave it out 24/7 to catch it red-handed. Then simply upload to your computer to share in seconds. You can see what that sneaky nanny's been up to, or see what's happening to your private stash. Traditional cameras only shoot 70 degrees of space. CopCam captures twice the area, surveilling your entire property. Now you can send package thieves packing to prison, or finally catch which neighbors not picking up after their food. Traditional security cameras can cost you hundreds, but you can get all that technology in 1 square inch with the CopCam for only payments of $19.99. That's not all. Order now and we'll upgrade you for CopCam Elite with 6 built-in infrared LED. When the sun goes down, you still have perfect HD recording of any potential threats at night, absolutely free. And we're not done. Walk your sofa to turn your CopCam into the best dash cam. On your shirt, belt, or watch band for the best body cam for ultimate protection. Also a must for action sports from your point of view, and it's yours absolutely free. And finally, an 8 GB memory card, also free. Call or click now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 CopCams with night vision, 2 swivel clips, and 2 memory cards. But you have to call or click now to order.
Call 1-800-707-6178 or visit bycopcam.com. So call 1-800-707-6178 or visit bycopcam.com. Order now.
Really? I just arrested you on your birthday.
Smoke tonight? Oh, great.
When'd you get out?
1:30, 2 o'clock afternoon yesterday.
Okay.
So that
You got your car out. Did that cost you some money?
I don't really know what to say. I mean, I'm listening. I hear. Okay. So Holly told me you guys were cruising down the road arguing. Yep. You opened the door at 65. Said you want me to get out? Get out. Is that pretty accurate? Yeah. Opened the door about halfway. I wouldn't say halfway, but you had your seatbelt on? No. Seatbelt was on. And I said, all right. You know, you want, or no, she was saying. I was talking about something about leaving. I said, you know what, if I really wanted to leave, I can do this. And that's when I just slightly opened the door, and it closed, and that's when how did she react to that? Oh. She slammed on the brake? Yeah. Did you jump out? No, I didn't jump out. She's telling me. Did you get out? I got out when the vehicle was completely stopped. She's giving a different variation of the story. She seems to have her things together better than you do. That's fine. Well, she's not comfortable taking you back home because she doesn't know what you're going to do, and I agree with her. You probably shouldn't be in the same vehicle as her. That's fine. So, based on those reasons, I think you're better off in jail? Yep. You can't make good decisions, so I'm going to take you to jail and let you sober up. Alright? Face my partner. I'm not. I know. No, I'm not.
You're not having a good week.
No.
You haven't started your birthday year off there.
At all.
You need to make some better decisions, buddy. No one else is making those decisions for you.
I know. I got it. You don't have any meth or anything on you today?
In the car?
No, I don't. No. You want to search it? I'm under probation.
Yeah, like you're on probation. It's your car, so.
Car can be searched. Search it.
So last time I found meth in his car was the center console and this little thing up front. That's where he put it, but he didn't have much time to hide it last time. A pipe. But the friends who was with him hid the meth underneath the foil in a cigarette pack. That's clear. introduced?
Yes.
Is she girlfriend?
He's a friend. They've been friends for years, best friends.
Best friends.
And they are currently, they don't date, but they've had a sexual relationship up until a month ago.
So they're friends with benefits.
Yes.
Okay. That's what's... Oh, really? Is that what he told you? So he lied to me? Because he told me that was a good address 2 days ago. Uh-oh. Adios. Somebody's a liar. What's your address?
When we moved, we didn't have anything, so we used OfferUp. It's a free app where you can find awesome things people nearby are selling. It was a great way to furnish our home and get to know our new city.
Now we have furniture and friends.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
OfferUp is a new free app that shows you what people are selling nearby.
It's kind of like a game. Every day there are new surprises.
Come on, flat screen
Oh,
TV.
come on, dining room table.
Come on, sofa.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
When my son needed a car, we used OfferUp. I was able to browse the cars my neighbors were selling and find one we both agreed on. So now I just need to worry about sharing the road with this guy.
Get the app and find what you want right where you are.
When we moved, we didn't have anything, so we used OfferUp. It's a free app where you can find awesome things people nearby are selling. It was a great way to furnish our home and get to know our new city.
Now we have furniture and friends.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
OfferUp is a new free app that shows you what people are selling nearby.
It's kind of like a game. Every day there are new surprises.
Come on, flat screen
Oh,
TV.
come on, dining room table.
Come on, sofa.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
When we moved, we didn't have anything, so we used OfferUp. It's a free app where you can find awesome things people nearby are selling. It was a great way to furnish our home and get to know our new city.
Now we have furniture and friends.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
Jack's new $6 Munchie Meal. With choices like the new Junior Double Jack, Burger Dippers, and more. Plus 2 tacos, curly fries, and a drink. All for $6. It's Jack's biggest Munchie Meal deal ever. That's a big deal. The new $6 Munchie Meal.
This is the all-new Chevy Silverado.
It's beautiful.
Beefy and mean looking.
It's the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The cab is bigger than the last generation.
First truck I've seen make you look small.
But that's not all. The Silverado has more cargo volume than any competitor. Very impressive.
Now, during the Chevy President's Day sales event, get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. See your Northern California Chevy dealer.
You. All of you. How you live. What you love. That's what inspired us to create America's most advanced internet. Internet that puts you in charge. That protects what's important. It handles everything and reaches everywhere. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X-Fi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Jack's new $6 Munchie Meal. Get your choice of the new Junior Double Jack, the really big chicken sandwich, 10-piece chicken nuggets, an extreme sausage sandwich, or new Burger Dippers. Plus 2 tacos, 6 curly fries, and a drink. All for $6. The new $6 Munchie Meal.
So he lied to me? Because he told me that was a good address 2 days ago. Uh-oh. Adios. Somebody's a liar. What's your address? Oh yeah, now you do? Because the other night when I arrested you, you told me that address was good.
That's like the hope. That's where everything goes, but
recently, so you moved between the time that you got released from jail?
No, I'm saying not within last.
So where do you live?
I live.
So you lied to me.
No.
So you live in 2 places?
I know.
You split your body apart and it just goes? Okay. He tried to tell me the other night. He's like, I've never heard of arrested. lot of money in tow fees.
So as I was driving down the road, I saw a vehicle on the side of the road that appeared disabled. It was partially submerged in water. So I got out to go check on the occupants, see if I could assist them. One gentleman in the vehicle was very nervous when we first got up there. You thought you could drive through? You thought you could drive through there? You have any weapons on you? No. All right, I'm gonna check real quick. I got a pocket knife. Where's that pocket knife at? Drop that thing in your left hand. Where? All right. Do you want probation for anything, sir? What's in this pocket right here? A pipe or something? I think so. What's your name, dude? Ronnie. Ronnie what? Mike. Why don't you guys drive around the right side where there's no mud? Look over here to the left. Come off this way. Sit on that bumper right there. Don't move, alright? Ma'am. You're not getting out of there. Can you climb out of the car and come this way? I'll call for a tow truck for you.
What do I do, like, turn it off, or?
Turn it off. With a screwdriver.
Water in there anyway.
It's not good no matter what. You can't get out.
Am I, or what?
Yeah?
Are we, like, screwed?
Yeah, it's flooded.
Oh my god.
Take anything valuable you have out of there.
It's like everything. Do you want my insurance before shit's...
No, your insurance is fine. Don't worry about it. Do you have a wallet in there? It's under 10 David. Can you start in 1185? Can you jump over here without getting away?
Probably not. What about my dog?
Do you want to get him out or do you want to leave him in there? He's not going to drown.
Right? I feel so stupid right now.
Not that deep.
No?
Jump as far as you can.
Come on, bud.
Alright, let's go over here.
Come on, bud.
Don't worry, he's fine. He ain't going nowhere.
I'm retarded. What a dumbass.
It's a Subaru sedan and it's halfway submerged in the pond.
When my son needed a car, we used OfferUp. I was able to browse the cars my neighbors were selling and find So now I just need to worry about the road with this guy.
Get the app and find what you want right where you are.
OfferUp is a new free app that shows you what people are selling nearby.
It's kind of like a game. Every day there are new surprises.
Come on, flat screen
Oh,
TV.
come on, dining room table.
Come on, sofa.
OfferUp is free to use. Find anything you want nearby.
They say good things come in pairs. A&W agrees. That's why every Tuesday when you buy one Papa Burger combo, you get a second one absolutely free. That's 2 Papa Burgers, 2 orders of fries, and 2 frosty A&W root beers. All price of one. Tuesdays only at A&W.
Olay Age Defying Body Wash. With more than a jar of Olay moisturizers, transform skin from tired to firm. Because your best skin starts with Olay.
This is the all-new Chevy Silverado.
It's beautiful.
Beefy and mean looking. It's the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The cab is bigger than the last generation.
First truck I've seen make you look smart.
But that's not all. The Silverado has more cargo volume than any competitor. Very impressive.
Now, during the Chevy President's Day sales event, get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. Drive yours away this President's Day.
I'm District Attorney Vern Pearson. The El Dorado County Cold Case Task Force needs your help.
On Halloween night in 1995, William Kiefauer went trick-or-treating with friends and their kids in Pollock Pines. After trick-or-treating, William left and parked next to an abandoned house in Pollock Pines. A short time after that, a neighbor heard gunshots, called 911, and deputies found William Kiefauer dead in his friend's vehicle.
If you know anything about this case, please call the El Dorado County Cold Case Task Force at 530-621-4592.
Unexpected change of plans? Don't worry. Travelocity is there for you with 24/7 customer service. Now, if your flight runs out of those mini bottles, then you can worry. Travelocity. Wander wisely.
The Chicken and Corn Monday Special is back at KFC. Start your week with the Colonel's drumstick and thigh, mashed potatoes with gravy, home-style biscuit, and now featuring sweet corn. Chicken and Corn is back at just $3.99. Mondays only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
It's a Subaru sedan and it's halfway submerged in the pond. Are you guys on probation or parole? Yeah. Can you take your purse off, set up on the hood of my car, please? Do you have anything illegal on you? Drugs, weapons? You want to check real quick? Face Ronnie here. Put your hands on top of your head and release your fingers. And license for me. Spread your feet. Is there anything illegal inside your car? Is that your car? Here's your ID.
You could go ahead and search my purse. I don't care. It's just trying to, have my rights and stuff. I'm harassed all the time by you guys, and that's all.
Who's harassing you? What?
I get harassed like 4 or 5 times a week. I got all the recordings on my phone. But go ahead and search it out.
I'm not harassing you. Ronnie, when was the last time you were arrested? 7 years ago you were last arrested? Yeah, I got one. Do you have any dope on you anywhere, Ronnie? You just have an empty pipe? Is there any dope inside the car? What's this? You don't know what that is? Well, that's in your purse? Do you use meth also?
Yeah.
So if I go tear that car apart, I'm not going to find any dope in there. You guys weren't going to come back here and do dope.
Just let the dog out for the dog.
And you just made a poor decision on what path to take to get there? Okay. You guys both can go to jail. Your car's going to be impounded. Your dog's going to go to animal control, okay? So I need you to turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Even if I cooperate, you're going to do that anyway, right? I'm on SSI, by the way, so...
Not just a ticket for, not in El Dorado County. Do you guys have any dope on you that when we go to jail they're going to find? Because if you do,
being accused of, by the way?
you're being arrested for possession of controlled substance and possession of controlled substance paraphernalia. Do you guys have any drugs on you that when we go to jail this is going to turn into a felony? You can go to animal control on Monday morning and get your dog out. Do you have ID anywhere, boss? Is it in the car? So I have no way of proving who you are, who you say you are, because you have no idea. I have no option but to take you to jail. Because you could be telling me you're anybody, and when we get to jail, they're going to fingerprint you. But these handcuffs too tight? So we're going to have to go to jail, and we have to fingerprint you before you can be released, because we have to prove you are who you say you are. Sit down right there on the bumper, man. Keep go sit next to him. Do you guys have any questions about what's happening? Do you have a warrant or something? For what? For what? What are you on parole for? How long have you been wanted for? So since you guys are on the honest train, I appreciate that. Now I'm going to search the car. I have a feeling I might find some more drugs in there. Would I be right in that assumption?
Pipe in my sweatshirt.
A weed pipe in your sweatshirt? Is there any more meth in there? What about you, young lady? Michelle, do you want to be honest with me about anything?
It's in my boot.
You have more drugs inside your bra? Alright. Go and pull it out and set it on the hood of my truck. I don't want to see.
Nothing good.
Put it in the patrol car. Anything else on you anywhere else? Okay, hands back on your back. Thank you for being honest, because if you would have brought that in jail, it changes all this into a felony. The vehicle was removed from the water by Extreme Tow. It's going to be stored. And they also had a canine in the car, which Animal Control came and took custody of. And when the female gets released from jail, she'll be able to go to Animal Control and pick her dog up. She gave consent to search her purse. Inside of her purse, we found a needle and some methamphetamine. And then additionally, we learned the male had provided a false name. The reason for that is because he's on parole and he's wanted for 211, which is armed robbery. So he said he's been on the run for about a month. He didn't check in with his parole officer and he was wanted. So at the end of it, he got arrested for his warrant, which was for 211, the felony arrest warrant, and possession of controlled substance, paraphernalia. She got arrested for possession of controlled substance, paraphernalia, and possession of controlled substance. You can't make this stuff up.
raving about the value of our deals, like getting a free adjustable base with your qualifying mattress, up to a $699 value, free. Hurry in, your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Wait, Xfinity lets me choose from crazy fast internet speeds and pick the types of channels I want?
Yep, now you can get a package that's just right for you.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is the 4th best day of my life.
Get more of what you want and less of what you don't.
Think so?
Yeah. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for $34.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today.
Hello, and welcome to $12 Tuesday Night Pizza, and whoa boy, do we have a delicious matchup.
It's gonna be unbelievable, Maddie.
Break down the $12 play.
We're gonna cut the pizza here, here, and here. Winner, winner, pizza dinner.
Is that permanent?
Yes, it is.
Oh boy!
At Papa Murphy's for $12 on Tuesdays, get any large made-from-scratch pizza. Papa Murphy's. We make it, you bake it.
The President's Day sale at Mattress Firm has been extended. Throughout the store, save up to $500 on mattresses. Like a Serta Memory Foam Queen mattress, now only $397. Hurry in, these deals end Tuesday. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Plan for today and the week ahead. Weather on Fox 40.
This week, the In-Depth crew looks back on our favorite moments from last season. From the biggest names.
We might be around celebrities all the time, but every once in a while, you're just like, wow.
To the most exclusive access.
There were assault rifles and dune buggies and Floyd Mayweather.
To the moments you never saw.
That was a time it actually felt like we were like dumping a body somewhere.
Plus,
we were not prepared for it. We almost gave our sound guy a heart attack.
All that's coming up right here on In-Depth.
It is amazing that if you look at Monaco from 100 years ago or from 60 years ago, it's a huge change.
So I've been interested in booking Prince Albert for an episode for a while. In addition to him being the Prince of Monaco, he is a massive sports fan, former Olympian, judo black belt.
Does it sound okay? Yeah.
You sound amazing. How's my hair look? They were telling me that one was out of place.
These shoots are always a challenge, and shoots overseas are even more of a challenge, and dealing with a head of state is even a bigger challenge than that. He has lots of people that work for him, lots of people you have to go through.
Security was super intense. They'd rip apart our gear cases before you went in the palace, as soon as you got in the palace, before you left the palace.
There we go.
He gives me a personal tour of his principality, and we're driving around town, and you know, the average person in town doesn't know it's Prince Albert driving me, but every police officer around town knows it's him driving me around, so the police officers are saluting us as we're driving around turns. After we were done with the shoot, I was able to go talk a police officer into, you know, basically making a salute to us so we could get a shot of that in the show.
Oh, they know you're here. I think they know the car.
Potential Prince sighting. So as soon as we were finished taping Prince Albert, we had to drive 4 hours to Milan to then catch a lengthy flight to the Middle East, Azerbaijan, for our taping with Bernie Ecclestone.
In Azerbaijan, south of Russia, it's north of Iran, and it's on the Caspian Sea, so very unique location.
Bernie Ecclestone is this incredibly successful billionaire titan of Formula One. I had wanted the opportunity to tape an episode with Bernie for a long time. Someone else said, Bernie is a democratic dictator. He goes through the motions of democracy and then tells you what it's going to be and how it's going to happen.
Must be a close friend.
We were trying to get the interview done at this beautiful hotel that happened to be smack in the middle of this Formula One race route. So it was very difficult to get our stuff into the building.
So we had to pull into an alley across the racetrack, lug all of our gear out, go down a flight of stairs,
underneath the street because the street's blocked off,
through a tunnel, up another flight of stairs,
and then up a cobblestone street towards the hotel. And this is, you know, we have 2 carts with gear just swaying on top of it.
Okie dokie.
Bernie was very interesting, but like one of the quietest talkers I've ever heard in my life. During the entire interview, I was 10 feet away from him behind the camera, and I could not hear what he was saying.
I was born in the country. My grandmother early on.
He also took a phone call in the middle of the interview, which was hilarious. Graham is like in the middle of a question, and Bernie takes his phone out and just starts talking into the earpiece to his wife. He's like, Flavia, I'll call you back.
Flavia, I'll call you back. I don't know how to turn this bloody thing off.
While in Azerbaijan, we talked to 3-time Formula One champ Niki Lauda about his friend Bernie Ecclestone, and that led to spending 2 days in Austria and Belgium with Niki Lauda.
If I look through the rest of my life like this, what are you gonna do? I had an accident, I lost my ear. I look like this, thank God I'm alive.
Niki Lauda's life is really fascinating. He had some really terrible things happen to him. And I was really impressed by how open he was about it and the humor he brought to it.
He was blunt, raw, candid. He was great.
I have an accident as an excuse to look ugly. Some people don't have this excuse. They are ugly. Huh?
The grand plan with Niki Lauda was to visit with him in Vienna and then ride with him in his private jet to Belgium to go to the Belgian Grand Prix.
He'd just gotten the plane too, so he was really worried about us like dinging it up with all of our gear.
Niki is rather particular. We had to be very careful. What's this I hear about you don't ever allow people to use the bathroom on your plane?
No, this was in the early days.
Ultimately, Niki Lauda was a great shoot. You know, he's a legend in the sport. We went all over the place with him and got amazing access, and I just found him very interesting. We went way too fast. We almost gave our sound guy a heart attack.
We attempted to get something that would allow the producer to follow us.
In Depth with Graham Bensinger is brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Light is home packaged. For peak refreshment. The world's most refreshing beer. Coors Light.
This is the all-new Chevy Silverado.
It's beautiful.
Beefy and mean looking. It's the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The cab is bigger than the last generation.
First truck I've seen make you look small.
But that's not all. The Silverado has more cargo volume than any competitor. Very impressive.
Now, during the Chevy President's Day sales event, get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. Drive yours away this President's Day.
Jack's new $6 Munchie Meal. With choices like the new Junior Double Jack, burger dippers, and more. Plus 2 tacos, curly fries, and a drink. All for $6. It's Jack's biggest Munchie Meal deal ever. That's a big deal. The new $6 Munchie Meal.
Cold and harsh conditions can make your winters brutal. So we traveled to a test facility in Baudette, Minnesota, and pushed the Honda CR-V LX with available all-wheel drive to the absolute limit, challenging the available real-time all-wheel drive with intelligent control system, and proving that the CR-V can push you through those cold months. Visit your local Honda dealer to find a great deal on the CR-V. 2019KBB.com Best Buy.
Jack's new $6 Munchie Meal. Get your choice of the new Junior Double Jack, the really big chicken sandwich, 10-piece chicken nuggets, an extreme sausage sandwich, or new burger dippers, plus 2 tacos, 6 and curly fries, and a drink. All for $6. The new $6 Munchie Meal. Tennis legend and cultural icon Billie Jean King on the continued fight for equal rights.
It's still not safe. It doesn't feel safe all the time.
On the next In Depth.
Pepsi, the official soft drink of the NFL.
What do you think led to your Instagram taking off?
It was probably just kind of doing all the stuff that an 18-year-old kid would do if he just got handed a blank check.
Bilzerian was just kind of a whirlwind because it was nonstop for like 16 hours straight.
There were assault rifles and dune buggies and stories of losing virginity and bike rides and heart attacks.
Afterwards, we ended up taking out this souped up team that absolutely bucks on to trick out. We were not prepared for it.
You know, we went way too fast. We almost gave our sound guy a heart attack.
We attempted to get something that would allow the producer to follow us.
And we were sorely mistaken.
We're then flying back through these dirt roads in the desert. It's almost completely dark out. And she's now also texting. I'm like, who the hell is that important that you can't wait? It was Floyd Mayweather Jr., who was training for a fight at the time.
Dan drives his dune buggy, moon buggy, Mad Max vehicle straight onto the Las Vegas Strip.
And we headed to Mayweather's gym for the never-ending taping to continue.
We got the jam. It keeps it about 130 degrees. If you got to, you can't cook with cold grease.
I could care less trying to make some fantasy owner or prove something to somebody out there. I'm doing everything I can to be in the moment and help my football team win games.
So Alex Smith had never given a long-form interview before. I knew him dating back to before he was even drafted into the NFL and had long wanted the opportunity to sit down with him.
We went with Alex to film him train for a little bit at his gym, and that guy is pretty damn jacked.
This is so humiliating. My favorite part of the taping with Alex Smith wasn't actually the sit-down interview. It was driving around with him in his Jeep, which was absolutely destroyed.
1 water bottle, 2 water bottles, 3 water bottles.
No, I have leftovers. I have leftovers.
Will you eat this?
Are you hungry?
Will you eat this?
Yeah, why not?
How old is it? I mean, this is like a college kid's car.
It's a Jeep.
You said somewhere that winning the Derby would mean more to you than winning Olympic gold.
The Derby only happens once a year. It's the best horses. There's so many variables. There's a million things that can go wrong, and only one way to win, and only one person wins each year. So, you know, I think in that sense, it would be an equal or bigger accomplishment.
On only a few occasions have we ever featured somebody again for an episode. One of the times we did that was Bodie Miller. In addition to heading into the Winter Olympics and there being uncertainty if the best male skier in U.S. history was going to be competing again, he also was building this really incredible and innovative horse racing operation, from hyperbaric chambers for horses to literally watching a horse run on a treadmill.
As soon as I put the horse on there, I'm like, this thing is going to freak out and going to rear back and kick somebody. It was not the case at all. One of the things we were trying to do with Bodie is meet up with his colleague, Bob Baffert, who owns American Pharoah, who won the Triple Crown.
So we drove from the middle of nowhere in Maryland to Baltimore to fly to LA to drive to Santa Anita.
We show up. Bob Baffert's nowhere to be found.
Yesterday, his main guy, Tony, rolled over on him, and so he was in the ICU last night, and Bob had to fly back to Philadelphia. You know, at the end of the day, I think it's probably what makes him a good trainer is that he does what he has to do, and he doesn't answer to anybody.
So, like, the guy we came here to film is not here, though, right? He's like, yeah, no, it's not. He's gone.
So, didn't really go as planned, but we made the best of it.
Coconut oil, turmeric. I got turmeric. What is turmeric? Explain it out.
In Depth with Graham Bensinger is brought to you by Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs.
life to the fullest. And keeping you the fullest. That's why we're bringing back our ultimate fan fave, pastrami. Piled high on fries, a dog, or a sandwich. This is next level delicious. Like, really next level. So grab some friends and fuel your fun. With pastrami 3 ways. It's all pastrami, and it's all good. Drop by today and take a bite out of life the Wiener Schnitzel way.
Now get an extra 1,000 Trade Assist cash only during the final days of the President's Day sales event. That's 1,000 Trade Assist cash on top of 0 for 60 plus 3,000 on Ford F-150. The final days are here. Hurry to your California Ford dealers today. Dog owners and animal lovers, let's celebrate all animals with a Marty Bark Parade. Dress up your pet in a costume, feathers, and beads. Then join Front Street Animal Shelter and Fox 40 at the Old Sacramento Waterfront Saturday, March 2nd for the Marty Bark Parade.
He had offered to meet up with us in the paddock.
All of a sudden, Mariah Carey walks right by me.
He got so excited he just yelled, "Mariah Carey, shoot her!"
Like, shoot Mariah Carey, meaning film her.
It was a very unfortunate choice of words. We didn't get kicked out, luckily.
In Depth with Graham Bensinger is brought to you by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
I look at everything as an opportunity. So, you know, I think out of being just a generally positive person, you can make positive things happen.
The end of 2017 brought us 3 back-to-back-to-back shoots. The first was Richard Branson in the Bahamas. Graham was on a random vacation in Morocco.
Branson himself is there, and of course, I end up going up to him, introduce myself, and then that night, him and his personal assistant invite me to dinner and drinks. And then a month later, we're with him for a week in the Bahamas, taping an episode.
We definitely hit the ground running on this one. We essentially landed in the Bahamas, took a shuttle to the resort, and as soon as we got there, we cracked out cameras and hightailed it to the beach.
He went kite surfing while Graham followed him on a wave runner.
It was a debacle, but we got some cool B-roll out of it.
What's so amazing about Branson is he lives life on his own terms. I mean, he's done everything from manage the Rolling Stones to going on record-setting hot air balloon adventures.
We're traveling at 230 miles an hour. If we could keep up that speed, we had a chance of survival. We missed Los Angeles by nearly 2,500 miles. We ended up in the Arctic. But we were the first to cross the Pacific in a hot air balloon, and we survived. So we lived to tell the tale.
As soon as we were finished filming with Sir Richard Branson in the Bahamas, we then flew to Hawaii to tape Laird Hamilton.
How does life for you today compare to what you thought it would be as a kid growing up?
I think I'm right where I want to be. I'm happy with the life I have, and it reflects me, and it reflects what I would hope for, and I continue to push.
The thing I noticed the most from this interview with Laird Hamilton is just how intense he is in every aspect of his life.
Everything that he's into, he is into it. He's read everything about it, has his own theories on it.
One of the things Laird is most famous for is pioneering toe-in surfing, where you literally get towed by a wave runner. Graham got to follow behind on another jet ski.
We're out there for hours as Laird's doing this surfing. I'm on this wave runner that's just going up and down on these massive swells. All of a sudden,
Graham started feeling a little sick on the back of the jet ski.
I started thinking to myself, I'm gonna puke. Little did I expect that I'd get seasick and, what would you call that, dry heaving?
Yeah, he claimed it's because of the fumes from the motor.
I'm gonna puke.
I just think he has a weak stomach.
I'm not a puker. Thankfully held it in, all good now, and one morning.
It turns out Laird is equally intense about his diet, and he has a few favorite ingredients.
Coconut oil,
Coconut oil.
I got coconut oil, I got turmeric.
What is turmeric? Bring it down.
Turmeric. Oh, I got my turmeric in here. Here's my turmeric.
The guy likes turmeric.
Is it like cinnamon?
Raw butter.
Raw butter.
Raw butter.
Raw butter. I need it. Raw butter?
Raw butter.
Yeah.
Oh, so.
Yeah.
Well.
After we were finished filming with Laird Hamilton in Hawaii, we then flew to Austin to tape with John Paul DeJoria.
It is the obligation of every person, every city, every state, every corporation to do something to make someone else's life better with your own time.
John Paul DeJoria has a really inspiring story. In his early years, he was homeless multiple times and is now a billionaire. He's most famous for Patron Tequila and also the Paul Mitchell hair products line.
What was your pitch? Can you put that on hold for 1 second? I'm going to grab a bottle, okay? This is Shampoo One that we've developed.
JP was basically like clearly modeling how he used to sell this stuff.
If you would agree to buy 2 dozen of each,
I will sell you 3 of these.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
Does that sound good? Took him like 3 tries to realize that JP wanted him to like respond as if he was the potential customer.
I just said I don't want to do it.
Which is what most people told us.
John Paul DeJoria is also a very avid motorcyclist. He's in the Sturgis Motorcycle Hall of Fame. And so we had to finish up the shoot by Graham riding sidecar.
All right, let's go.
That was the time it actually felt like we were like dumping a body somewhere.
In Depth with Graham Bensinger is brought to you by AT&T. AT&T, more for your thing. That's our thing.
Hey, how you doing? Phil, are you guys good with brakes? We're okay. Just okay? We got a saying here. The brakes don't stop it, something will. That's not a real saying. Just around here. I wrote it. Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest tech. Now a 5G evolution. First step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Dog owners and animal lovers, let's celebrate all animals with a Marty Bark Parade. Dress up your pet in a costume, feathers, and beads. Then join Front Street Animal Shelter and Fox 40 at the Old Sacramento Waterfront Saturday, March 2nd for the Marty Bark Parade.
There's some scary stuff coming.
Are we ever getting out of here?
It's almost over. Hunger makes you do weird things.
I'm afraid of a monster.
Monday at 9 on Fox 40.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Hurry in this President's Day and lease a 2019 Tiguan S for just $189 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
You. All of you. How you live. What you love. That's what inspired us to create America's most advanced internet. Internet that puts you in charge. That protects what's important. It handles everything and reaches everywhere. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X-Fi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Hurry in this President's Day and lease a 2019 Tiguan S for just $189 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
Now it's here, the usual. What if we spice things up a bit? Alexa.
What if we turn it up a notch? What if we go off the menu?
The all-new RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places. In Depth with Graham Bensinger is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
Football players try to look mean in a game program, you know. But if you look at somebody in the game program who you hear may be mean and they're like this, a mean person smiling is an insane person. So I would change it. I would be in the program like, I think I should do like glamour shots.
We wrapped up the season with 2 trips to New York. First for Michael Strahan and then for John McEnroe. Graham went through quite the effort to book Michael Strahan.
I had been trying to book him for taping for several years.
Even making special trips to New York in order to convince him to be on the show.
After he gets off the Good Morning America set, one day we have a 15-20 minute chat in his dressing room, discuss what we want to do for the taping, and then several weeks later we are back in New York filming.
As expected, Michael Strahan was a great interview and had some really fun things to say.
Explain why you never wore a mouthpiece.
Come on, look at my teeth, man.
No, but
something happens. Hey, maybe I get them fixed for free. Who knows? You know, they may not be together, but they're clean. Pretty straight.
And then it came time to break down the gear.
Every time we go on a shoot, we use sandbags to weigh down lights and cameras and stuff to make sure that they don't fall on people.
That's weird.
The problem is that they weigh a ton. And we fly everywhere. So in order to cut down on baggage costs, we fly with empty sandbags.
And then when we arrive on location, we have to figure out a way to film them. Typically that involves a trip to a local hardware store to buy some rocks.
Sometimes we go to a place where there isn't a home improvement store, so we'll have to procure them another way. There's no cool way to do it. There's no normal way to do it.
The problem always comes at the end of the shoot when we have to empty these sandbags so that we can fly home.
We try to avoid essentially just dumping them in a random place, but sometimes that's exactly what we have to do.
With Michael Strahan, it was a unique challenge because we are in the heart of Times Square.
You can't dump rocks in New York City.
The hotel provided some extra help for us on this shoot, so we enlisted those people to help us dispose of these rocks.
They scrounged together a bunch of garbage bags, and we divvied out, 150 pounds of rocks, and they just kind of filtered it into the rest of the hotel's garbage. That was the time it actually felt like we were dumping a body somewhere. Honestly, the hotel staff thought it was so funny they didn't even care. They just wanted to help us out.
Maybe it sounds egotistical, but I guess it is. When I was at that stage, I thought no one's ever played, better than I played. When I'm at my best, I feel like I'm the best that's played.
My dad was an enormous tennis fan when I was growing up, and so I heard about John McEnroe my whole life. And we might be around celebrities all the time, but every once in a while there's that person where you're just like, wow, I'm with him. And with John McEnroe, that was the case for me.
He's an avid art collector, so we got to visit his art gallery. As expected, he was very funny and entertaining, but also opened up about some more serious things in his life.
Why didn't you say with the anger, it got to a point later on in your career where you didn't know if you were getting angry because it was expected of you or because you were actually angry?
Because I became what I would say was sort of like a cigarette smoker that couldn't kick the habit. I'm not saying it was necessarily wrong. I just felt like I was doing it for the wrong reason.
John doesn't do a lot of extended interviews, but was willing to sit down for this one and spend the day with us because we'd spent years working on it.
At the end of the interview, you could tell we were kind of wearing out our welcome, but he was still nice about it, in a kind of a funny, angry way.
You ready?
Oh yeah, I can hardly wait.
Okay, I can tell you're really excited.
I've had enough.
Another season in the books. We've now taped more than 100 episodes of the show over 8 seasons. The In-Depth team and I are so grateful to have the opportunity to be part of the show. We so appreciate the support. Please continue to share your feedback. And thanks for watching.
I'm completely burned out. I have no sleep in me. No sleep in me.
You could tell at the end that he was losing steam, as I am right now.
This kite surfboard? What do we call this? Oh man, this is gonna suck.
How did we test our Dixie Ultra plates? With 2 pounds of steak in each hand. Dixie Ultra. Stress tested so you can stress less at dinner.
This is the all-new Chevy Silverado.
It's beautiful.
Beefy and mean looking. It's the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The cab is bigger than the last generation.
First truck I've seen make you look small.
But that's not all. The Silverado has more cargo volume than any competitor.
Very impressive.
Now, during the Chevy President's Day sales event, get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. See your Northern California Chevy dealer.
Want to stay a little bit longer? Travelocity is there for you. Not right in the room, that'd be awkward. But you know, online, on the phone, when you realize you want to extend your stay. Travelocity. Wander wisely.
News happens everywhere, but what happens close to you is what really matters. No matter where you are, we're there for you. Fox 40, news that matters.
You're being watched. The government has a secret system, a machine that spies on you every hour of every day. I know because I built it. I designed the machine to detect acts of terror, but it sees everything. Violent crimes involving ordinary people. Crimes the government considered irrelevant. They wouldn't act, so I decided I would. But I needed a partner. On in this McNabb's position. She's 2 blocks from you, being pursued north on Avenue D. There? Now she's moving west on 5th Street, heading toward... Oh, dear. Where are you? There's no more time. You have to do something. I'm here. Haley's safe.
Who are you?
Protector of the innocent. Heard you could use some protecting. Your baffling boss didn't like the idea of you testifying against him in court, so send this joker to make sure it didn't happen. Mr. Dillinger, didn't he send 2 hitmen after Miss McNabb? That's one, I promise. I hope the threats required an ambulance. Not a coroner.
I can't believe that you saved my life.
Don't mention it. You've had a very traumatic experience. You probably shouldn't be on your own right now. I don't know about you, Haley, but I could use a drink.
Saturday, Fitch.
The numbers never stop coming, Mr. Dillinger. I believe I told you that up front.
Guy could use a little R&R once in a while. You ever think about getting someone else in the rotation?
You are the rotation. It's time to get to work. Oh, and Mr. Dillinger, the next time an attractive woman wants to thank you for saving her life, a simple "you're welcome" should suffice.
Who's that? My boss. Thanks for running some overtime.
Thanks for getting me out of trouble.
Thanks for getting into trouble.
It's not good for you to be in here all day by yourself, Harold. Ever think about getting a dog? Oh, thank you, but I'm afraid I don't drink coffee.
No, it's tea, black chai. That is your poison, right?
It's sencha green, actually.
Oh, close enough. Seeing as how the only thing I know about you is your name, which isn't really your name.
All you need to know about me, Mr. Dillinger, is that I pay you to stop bad things before they happen. Now, are we ready to get started?
As long as the check's clear.
Daniel Casey, born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, got into Cal Poly's computer science program, but dropped out a year before graduating.
Must you do that? You like this? I call it Greta. Blackwater souvenir. Phone she cooked me dinner.
Casey's somewhat of a loner, no family to speak of. He freelances with various Tiger teams around the country.
Is that as exciting as it sounds?
Companies use Tiger teams to test their security systems for weaknesses, which they can find by hacking into themselves.
So the answer's no.
Casey's infiltrated numerous companies over the years. Perhaps he saw something that he wasn't supposed to see.
Or stole something he wasn't supposed to.
2 months ago, Casey canceled his phone and cable subscriptions, and he hasn't made a single bank transaction since.
Well, I hate to say it, Finch, but this guy could be dead.
I appreciate your optimism, Mr. Dillinger, but I'm certain that he's alive because I've received his number.
Ah, yes, the numbers. You know, one day you're going to have to tell me how you get your divine intel. So, how do we find Casey?
If Mr. Casey's in some kind of trouble, he may attempt to contact old friends. This is Lester Strickland. Casey worked for him upon occasion. According to his Connectroid profile, Strickland spends Saturdays at a bar watching horse races. That might be a place to start.
Do I look like the equestrian type?
I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Hey, pal, leave us London. What it is, I'm Spartacus' favorite to win 10 to 1.
You better, I just dropped 2 G's on you.
Wow, you're a brave man than I. So I'm Spartacus. I shouldn't even be here right now. My boss is breaking my balls making me work weekends.
You ought to get into business for yourself, my friend. You answer to no one.
What'd you trade?
I audited security systems.
Huh? You know, I got a buddy of mine in that industry. Maybe you two have crossed paths. His name's Daniel Casey.
Mr. Dillinger, what are you doing?
Casey, huh?
Yeah. You know, we went to Cal Poly together way back when. So, you know him?
No, I'm afraid not, but if I do run into him, I'll tell him you said hello. What you say your name was?
I did. Cal Poly. Didn't think I was listening, did you?
I was more surprised by how direct you were regarding Mr. Casey.
Is it necessary to be so intimidating? We don't get to Casey until Strickland calls him. He's not going to do that unless he's spooked.
And if he calls Mr. Casey, no doubt he'll tell him to steer clear of you.
You don't like the way I do things, you're more than welcome to come get dirty in the trenches. How about that? And there we go. Hello?
Daniel, what the hell did you get yourself into?
I came to see your dead buddy.
You know, some Neanderthal claimed to be a little pal of yours. He wasn't the only one. About an hour ago, some couple of men and a woman stopped me outside of a coffee joint, asking if I'd seen you.
Never been so popular in my life. I'll stay scarce until the meeting.
Well, I'll have that package ready for you right now in case you need it.
Thanks, Lester. You're the only friend I have right now.
Keep your head down, kid.
What do you think that package was?
Mr. Strickland's area of expertise is false documents. Maybe that he's creating a fake identity for Mr. Casey.
Casey's trying to hide from someone. Sounds like that couple Strickland mentioned might be after him.
And they have a head start.
But they don't have the Finchinator on their side working his hacker mojo.
The number that Strickland dialed is a prepaid cell phone. If I can access the carrier that it belongs to, I may be able to elicit GPS coordinates.
Where the hell is he meant to do all that stuff anyway?
As I said before, Mr. Dillinger, I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
Mr. Casey's signal still hasn't moved. It may be time to start looking for him inside the hotel.
Sure to get me a job at the bellhop. I don't know how I'll find him.
And how can you be sure that the other party hasn't already found him inside?
I think I just made them outside. Strickland said a man and a woman, right?
There are 8 million people in this city.
Think about operators. We can smell our own. Plus they haven't moved since I got here. Yeah, trust me, Finch. I just found our threat.
Before discovering Nexium 24-hour to treat his frequent heartburn, Steven could only imagine enjoying a spicy taco. Now his world explodes with flavor. Nexium 24-hour stops acid before it starts for all day, all night protection. Can you imagine 2 hours without heartburn?
The dining room in my house, to me, is the heart of my home. We specifically picked this table because I loved the solid wood, the classic lines. Article really blended those two together. Shop beautiful at article.com.
I switched to stimulant-grade Miralax for my constipation. Stimulant laxatives forcefully stimulate the nerves in your colon. Miralax is different. It works with the water in your body to unblock your system naturally. And it doesn't cause harsh side effects. That's why I choose Miralax. Look for the pink cap.
Look, it's me. Giving out my credit card details. Sharing my passwords with strangers. Being hackers' best friend. Your sensitive online data is just as open to snoopers on public Wi-Fi. Connect to NordVPN. Help protect your privacy and enjoy advanced internet security. Download NordVPN now. 30-day money-back guarantee.
Before I was diagnosed by my doctor, I didn't know why my body was moving on its own. My eyes blinked way too much. It turns out I have tardive dyskinesia, a condition that may be related to important medications I take for my bipolar disorder. Like we were playing the piano that wasn't clear. Tardive dyskinesia parts of the body. It also affects people who take medication for depression and schizophrenia. It's a relief. Talk about it.
Cheddar, jalapeno, and sour. The spicy stack.
Liquid stack. I don't have or about.
Play Funky Town.
I'll send you a photo of a couple things.
Facial match online? Not quite that simple, Mr. Duke.
That man is CIA. How you know that? Long story. Whatever trouble he's got into it in the United States. What I can tell you about that man is he's efficient. I mean, you as well. Please think. Give me a look.
Let us stay in town.
I never wanted you as a Rockefeller ice skater, Carol.
More or less. Take over the trade for Christmas. Burn down by New Year.
That sounds
You got plans? The ex-girlfriend.
thinking more like something about making me want to.
Considered John Casey a citizen. He waived state secrets.
They still want us to take
Where should do it?
ice walks through airports full of teeth.
Fools.
From across the
Christmas list. Those of him.
He's not one of the military.
Here's nerds. Take me.
Casey faced the press and the government had to jump on him. You need to get to Mr. Dillinger. Thank you. They're not going to go way too many people. Surprised that it's not much easier than I thought. I'm not. Not